Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the traditional Heroes Lounge Playoff Draw Show, one of the biggest events of the year. I am your friendly neighborhood Latino Narsha and will guide us through the next couple of hours. That's right, I'm back to host the show with the smooth flow that we all know and love. Not dead yet, even though I might be getting really old, but nowhere near as old as the Heroes Lounge resident producer Sembar, that once again is pressing all the buttons in the background, so a shout out to him. He is one of many people involved with the show tonight, cause I can't do this alone. Oh no. First, let's check in with the magical and mysterious voice that will be helping out throughout the show. A tutor who tooted the flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot, said the toot to the tutor is tougher to toot or to tutor two tutors to toot. Welcome, Samu!
Hello.
Hello! How are you on this Sunday evening?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very good, at least now that we're here and we're live in front of the Heroes Lounge community, getting ready to draw some groups. Are you happy with being the magical voice in the sky for us tonight?
Very much.
Good to hear. Someone here is going to help us out with all kinds of interesting information that we will have to use throughout the show. As we are, of course, here for a very specific reason. We are going to draw the groups for the Heroes Lounge playoffs, the 4 different cups that we have set up to finish out season 10 of the Heroes Lounge amateur series here on the European side. But first, a couple of things to inform about. Samu, doesn't we have some stuff that we want to get rid of?
Yes, we have today 4 giveaways with all the 4 cups. We start now with the rare cup with the mouse pad. We have giveaway. Then we start with a chibi shirt for the epic cup. At the legendary cup, there will be a giveaway for a Sloth Pollution. Then we have for the mythic championship with a BlizzCon virtual ticket. But this will not be given away today. This giveaway will be up for longer, until at least 24 hours, until like tomorrow evening or even Tuesday evening.
Indeed, that is about right. All the other giveaways, the Heroes Lounge mousepad, the slot chibi shirt, and the slot plushie, they will all be drawn tonight during this show at the end of every draw. But as someone here said, the BlizzCon virtual ticket, we will open the giveaway tonight, and that will be drawn on a cast or something in the next coming days. Apart from that, there are some dates that you all should kind of note down right away, as now that after tonight we are getting ready to start the group play. All of that action will happen right here on the Heroes Lounge Twitch channel. And first, it's the Rare Cup teams that have 2 weeks to finish their group stages. Then they will play their finals on Sunday, the 27th of October. 1 week later, it's the playoffs for the Epic Cup. And then we finish strong the weekend after on the 9th and 10th of December with the playoff finals for both the Legendary and Mythic Cups. We'll get back to these dates later, but it is something really special about today too, isn't it, Samu?
Yes, of course, because as everyone knows, Season 10 is about to find its end with those playoffs, and this means with Season 11 coming up with today, right now, we have the sign-ups open for Season 11, so make sure to pick your 5-man team from Storm League or whatever, or a bunch of friends, doesn't matter really, and get them all in for Heroes Launch Season 11. The sign-ups are open today.
Indeed, they are. And as the new followers are rolling in here, thank you all for joining the Heroes Lounge community here. The signups are open. That is correct. The 10th season of this strange little concept we like to call the Heroes Lounge are gonna start in not too long. That means the signups are already open. So do like Samu says, gather together some friends or just join as a free agent and join the fun. But before, of course, we can get on to the next season, we need to finish out Season 10. We need to draw the groups. We need to figure out who's going up against who. But before we move on in the show and meet our next guest, let me show you why you have a really good reason to be hyped for the next weeks if you are into Heroes of the Storm eSport.
Could be very very useful. Joanna's Iron Skin's down here. ETC might start to control this point. The Horrify controls the Joanna just for now. Lovely Ancestral onto ETC, keeps him alive. Gets whipped around though, getting whipped off this point. Falling low is Joanna, but in comes the Riptide to finish 2 members. And it's a 3rd, and it's a 4th.
Level 13. Against an Arthas.
Oh, yeah.
Big root, big stun
with
combo,
the-
Stoffel
with
as
the
well.
bullet,
A lot of damage. Diva is about to die. Diva loses her mech. ETC also falls.
Oriel survived.
So does
but,
Greymane. Oh, no.
Oh,
Oriel
Oriel
going down.
active.
Garrosh is taking a fair amount of damage here.
Oh,
Oh,
Vix
but the
just
shish
come up
kebab.
with the gas. See you later,
Oh
son.
my god.
Jesus.
They're just blowing now.
Advantage. Can they finish the job? The Lunar and Kael'thas are perfect for this kind of siege damage to catch the Rhaegar a little bit out of position, but the Purification Salvo comes in the back line. Hammer's Valis is falling low. Oh my days, the Stukov has gone down. Have they overcommitted here? Shider's going to be the next to go.
Der Twilight Dream hat mir eben Double Kill geholt und da wurde auch die Chen Ult interrupted. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Was war das für Counter-Strike?
There's a lot of damage coming in on him again. Stay a while and listen to disengage. It's not, and he's not even dropping the turret that he stole. The turret is still there, and it's surrounded, taking back the turret that was actually theirs. And Deckard falls.
Coming out there, but there's a mosh pit. Very good mosh pit there from ETC. First we didn't make it to, but ETC falls in return. Ming now able to. Oh, wait. Nope. He's still able to get this one. And make it 4 kills. Only Diablo left alive. And. Ming gets taken out by the Immortal.
They're still trying to go for this. Mosh pit! Mosh pit onto 4! And they clean up here. Brilliant mosh pit by Dark Wanderer. Greymane getting the kills, and that's going to be a dead Dammy as well. With an Immortal here.
Tension, you can cut it with a
We do see the big Parasite coming in from Paradox.
But here comes
The mosh
on the Parasite,
pit!
Here comes the mosh pit, and then several people go down. The VP goes down, but by the time there goes the Lightning Breath, which is going to do literally nothing whatsoever.
And big stun from Dentro, followed up by a stun from Paradox. Mahotsukai might get away, but I don't think Hamas Valas will.
One of the many great plays coming out from the Heroes Lounge Amateur League was what we saw there in one or many great highlights reel. More of that will come later, but for now, as you most likely can see on your beautiful screen, I am now joined by 2 even more beautiful people. First, he is described as a high-tech traveling tractor trailer truck tracker. Welcome to the party, Feng Shen!
Good evening, Narsha.
Good
Thank you
evening.
for welcoming me.
You are very much welcome. I don't think you are actually a high-tech traveling tractor trailer truck tracker, but I was mostly just like Googling funny tongue twisters, and that's what I came up with.
I was already wondering where high tech, okay, but trucker?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll buy it for now. Anyways, we'll see if it goes a little bit better with our next guest to my left. It's Goku, as he thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost as Goku joins the voice. How are you doing?
He's muted.
He's muted. That's why he just ignored my lovely intro, I assume. There we
Okay,
go. Welcome,
I'm
Goku.
How are you doing, man? I'm fine. You?
Very, very fine. And like, you guys are, of course, here not just to hang out, as entertaining that would be in itself, but these 2 guys on my left and right hand side here, they're going to help me out as they are experts on the Rare Cup and the Epic Cup. That are the two first cups that we are going to draw for the playoffs. So it's really great to have you guys here, and I definitely hope that you can fill in all my enormous knowledge gaps. So yeah, we'll hopefully give the audience something interesting to look forward to. Do you have any hopes for the evening?
Well, my team won't be in there, of course, but I'm looking forward to seeing, well, basically what will go up against each other, and well, see where it goes from there.
I mean, my team is in, so I'm hoping for good opponents, good games. So yeah,
Which
let's see what the
which cup are your team in?
Epic.
The Epic Cup. Okay, before we get that far, let's start with the Rare Cup. And first of all, let's get some stats up on the screen for you all, so we can have a small look at what's going on here. And of course, I have no idea what we're looking at. Can someone explain it?
Yes, we have the most picked map for the Epic Cup, for the Rare Cup, with Infernal Shrines with 67 picks, and of course with 65, and Battlefield of Eternity with 53. And the most banned heroes are, of course, the High Lord himself, Alarak, then the Drinking Panda, and of course, last but not least, we have ETC last with the cow. And then we also have the most picked heroes. We start off with Johanna with a total of 211 games, then Jaina 168, and Reina with 156. But it's not all. We're not only talking about such stats, we're also talking about the people behind those stats. And one of the people who is in charge of those stats is Function, is he has 18 different heroes played in this whole season, followed by Pure Avenger and Sergito with 14 different heroes, then with a total maps played of 374, total kills of 7,847, total experience soaked 35,324,466, and the highest KD is by no one else than by Steady with 23.8. Then Mekheim is having 16.64, and very close to Mekheim is Atsuka with 16.0.
That is definitely a lot of numbers that are popping out of the screen. There, of course, I have to Function 18 heroes. Are you just showing off, or rolling a dice?
I mean, have to flex my flexibility every now and then, right?
I guess so.
It's something I pride myself on. I can play every hero. I have every hero. So yeah.
Now, this is the Rare Cup, with 8 teams participating for Divisions 7 and 6, our 2 lowest divisions. And Goku, just immediately, is there anything that pops out to you here in terms of maps that you don't necessarily see in the higher divisions?
I mean, not seeing that much play on Alterac is outstanding for me. So hopefully we will see some Alterac there. And maybe Garden, because that's not even in the map. Not even played that much on Division 4-5. So yeah, looking out for that once.
Okay, now that we have a little bit of ground rules, let's get back to what we are all here for. That's right. We're gonna fondle some balls. Unfortunately, we have upgraded since my heydays as a draw show host. So now, unfortunately, my tiny balls are mostly just stuck up here on my. I have them still. I have them in my room, so I can once in a while pull them out and relive the good old days. But yeah, we're not anymore using these way boring analog balls. We have flashy, nice electronical balls for you. And right now on the screen, you should have the pools up that we are gonna draw from. And Sami, just quickly, for the audience at home that haven't been a part of this before, exactly how is this going to work?
First, gonna draw pool 1, which is about a 4 team. Add it towards the 4 groups, Group A, B, C, and D, and those groups then has time 2 weeks to play their group phase stages.
Pretty much. And as we see the different pools here, that goes on the different seeds from the different leagues. And first, we'll draw from pool number 1 which team goes in which group, then from number 2, etc., etc. And I see no reason to wait anymore before starting to funnel some balls. So let's see where the teams in pool number 1 are gonna go. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Finding Marsha's tiny balls. Oh.
Loading up the technology.
Found them already.
They are usually not very far away. First, we have team number 1 in pool 1. That is Lach Strikes Again.
A good German word.
It's the German words for salmon.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah, like the salmon strikes again?
Yes, it does.
Right.
Salmon strikes again. Okay, some German representation here. Going into Group C, and then we have Goats for Hire. It's going to be the first team in Group D.
Indeed. So, in the meantime, Luck Strikes again is actually they only lost once in this season, and what I heard from Triz J was that was because 3 out of 5 were playing in an internet cafe in Vietnam, and 1 was playing from the States while on holiday.
That
So
is
what? The German guys played from Vietnam? What?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
That's
So
sacrifice.
it's like they lost one game or one map?
1 match.
One
Oh,
match.
one match.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. Yeah, when you sit in Vietnam and play, that's definitely sacrifice for keeping the Heroes Launch stuff going. And with the last team, we have every pool 1 team divided into the groups. Now, once again, these are the first seeded teams that will then be obviously placed in each their random groups. Not that much interesting to say quite yet, pretty much as they are in each group. But apart from Salmon Strikes again having a funny name and a guy in Vietnam, anything interesting about the other teams?
Well, yes. Goats for Hire, of course. I just mixed it up. Triz J is the captain of Goats for Hire. They are big in their macro play, but like going ham every now and then. Usually starts out with Triz J himself dying on an early tower rush, but then turning it around into a win. Actually, they've played the Lost Vikings 4 times so far and won every single time they did. So I'm looking forward to some of that in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's definitely something. I always enjoy seeing me some Vikings or pretty much off meta picks in general is something that I'm a big opponent of. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more of that. And as they're going into the group as the first seed, they most likely have a little bit of confidence in that. Well, we move on to the next pool of doors. What about 21 Esports? Anything to tell me about them? And Sambar, we can start queuing the next balls.
Yes, indeed. 21 Esport have been performing quite strong this season. They are looking most of all to win against Renai Clan in these playoffs. One of the teams that other teams are quite scared to face, and 21 Esports like, come at me. I want to beat you guys.
Yeah, they are gonna join them, while FAT, that's a free agent team, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna join. I can't actually see it on my screen. I'm sorry. Going into Group C at least with the German Salmons.
Yes, Fat Nova was that.
Is Fat Nova the only team joining as Fat team playoffs?
No, there is one in the next pot too, actually.
There's in total 3 Fat teams, if I remember correctly, because there's Fat Nova from Division 6, and then there's Fat Doctor Who from Division 7, and Friend from Division 7 was actually known as Fat Friend at the start of the season.
Oh.
All right.
Nice name change there. As Bear With Me is the last team from pool number 2 to be placed in the group. That's obviously going to put them in one of the groups. I'm sorry, but the resolution on my screen on the clean feed I have just doesn't show them, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So, Bear With Me in Group A, Shreds, you say, in Group B, Fat Nova, Group C, and Rena Clan in Group D.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's quickly go over them. Bear With Me, known for their bear-loving behavior, mostly. It's one of the teams that they actually didn't expect to be here, is what I heard from Celestina. She said that she thinks they should actually win the Rare Cup. And why? Because they are so flexible and show team spirit. People moved appointments just to be able to attend the matches. Well, they're matched up against Fish Mikan right now, who also said it's actually a big surprise to be here. They describe themselves as good boys with attitudes, and they were number 11 last season in Division 6. One of the things that stood out quite a lot is they play Anduin a lot, 11 times in this season. and they like to take their opponents to Volskaya, by the looks of it.
That's definitely info that their opponent can pick up on, especially the next team that's going to be drawn into Group A. That is from Pool 3 of for the cup. First, we're going to go see Red Dragon Gambling. What can you tell me about them?
Red Dragon Gambling is actually, they are new in here. They are an all-German team and friends, and they all stopped playing Heroes of the Storm at some point. They only dropped 2 maps in this entire season. Their support picks is, well, it's a bit weird. They usually play either Lucio or Brightwing.
Oh.
They also see a lot of Hanzo and Nazebo play, 8 times and 7 times respectively, and they like to play Cursed Hollow quite a lot. And again, that's not weird in Division 7, because I think basically all the teams played a lot of games on Cursed Hollow.
And then we see 500 MS is going into Group D, where I hope the name doesn't come from actual technical issues.
No, they actually named themselves after their lack of skill, as if they are playing with half a second lag in their brain, is what Dragfor literally told me.
Okay, that's actually really good. I like them now.
They've played 2 seasons before this and were disappointed with their results back then. So now they try to, instead of just playing for fun, they try to find the perfect balance between playing for fun and winning. Notably, Kaldor even cast the game. They played with 5 supports last week.
Oh.
And they've also showed a Cho'Gall at some point. So I'm looking forward to some memes from those guys. No pressure.
Yeah, okay, nice. I think I like them now. Okay, 500 MS. Okay, you're on my radar, guys. Okay, interesting for sure. As we are 195 years, 5 more guys to get us over that 200. We're gonna do it tonight. I trust you, no doubt about it. But you mentioned them already. But the free agent team Doctor Who went into Group D with Reyna Clan and Ghost for Hire.
Yeah, they as a FAT, I think it's something that every FAT struggles with at the start of the season. Coordination, communication was a bit hard. They couldn't organize themselves too well, but they actually found a way to communicate and organize things quite well. They say they are still not too organized, but it usually works out. They actually participated in the DM Cup qualifier in one of them and got ruffle stomped in the face. So they are hoping for some better results against teams from Division 6.
I can imagine they might have a better chance in the Rare Cup than in the DM Cup. But definitely fun that they are here. And lastly, to cover them too, the Rantners, last team from Pot 3.
Yeah, their team name is actually a German wordplay, and Goku will probably attest to this, because Rentner is the German word for retired person.
Yes.
And, well, to rent is, of course, the English word. They are old but slow, and also wise and imprudent, and that's how they hope to win this Rare Cup. They actually started in Season 9 and also participated in the ARAM League. And when you look at their profile on the Heroes Lounge website, you can say their coordination is on point, because they've got matching profile pictures, all of them.
I like stuff like that, for sure. But we have 4 more teams to put into 4 more groups as we're going to roll the balls for the last pool. First, it's Fran, the former free agent team.
Indeed, they are. Well, they like playing Volskaya a lot, is what I saw. And Stukov and Jaina. I didn't sadly get any chance to speak with one of them to learn something about their team. But hey, can't talk with everyone at once, right?
Indeed. What about Kubota Yellow Sox?
Kubota Yellow Sox is actually quite funny, because they were our first opponent. And they almost forfeit that first match and were about to disband, because 3 of their players were not responding to messages at all. We gave them a week's to, well, basically fix it. And fix it they did. They came back, stomped me and my team, and stomped a lot of teams afterwards, and were joined first place for a long time. Lately, they've been performing a little less, got beat some games, but they are known for the Medivh plays, actually. I think you've seen play 5 or 6 times so far.
Yeah, pretty
So-
good. They went into Group C there, and now, lastly, we see LFXD joining the other teams in Group B.
Yep. Looking for XD is actually they didn't know they were going to play the playoffs. They actually thought they had to give up on the playoffs earlier. And now that they got into the playoffs by chance, they are looking for an upset. They are real life friends. They all stopped, and at some point they were like, well, we all live in different places now. We should probably stay connected. They are all Greek. And now that they all live in different places, they do this together to, well, keep the friendship alive.
Well, then I guess Heroes of the Storm is a great way to do it. As I see people are blaming Rob in the chat, please continue doing that. It's most likely his fault, whatever is your issue. Lastly, the team we haven't mentioned yet, Forever, going into Group A.
Yeah, Forever. They actually they stuck around in the middle for most of the season, and then they went with the upset and actually beat Kubota Yellow Sox 2-0 in round 10, which secured them their spot in the playoffs. They have very flexible tank play. I don't think there's a tank they've played more than 5 times. And they like their mages. Gul'dan and Jaina come out quite a lot, and, well, with a high success rate.
Interesting stuff there, as all the groups are now filled out. We are going to discuss this a little bit, but before we actually start the discussion, during it, we're going to also start a poll. We're going to get some polls up on the screen any second now, courtesy of Sembar. There, it should pretty much say how you can vote for the team that you think will win the Rare Cup. Get your votes in for who you think will win the Rare Cup. But at the same time, you also need to enter the giveaway. Because now, during the talk about the Rare Cup, we are going to give away a Heroes Lounge mousepad. We're going to start with the Heroes Lounge mousepad. That's pretty much !enter in the chat or !ticket in the chat. Hopefully there are some instructions there right about now so you can get your tickets in. There we go. Enter. I see the spam is going crazy in chat. That's just how I like to see it. And as everyone is entering the competitions and voting for their teams. What I see a lot of people saying Group D is the worst group here. What's your take?
The worst group? That's hard to say, actually. Because let's see, we have Goats for Hire, Renai Clan, Doctor Who, and Kubota Yellow Sox. Renai Clan is... I've been tipped on them. They are actually quite a strong team, despite not ending in the first spot this season. Fat Doctor Who is one I actually played, and I can attest they are really strong players. Kubota Yellow Sox we talked about earlier, and the Goats. Well, I mean, Goats can be quite well. Yeah, I think they make a good chance of winning this. It can go anywhere. I think it's really hard to say at this point. But after the tip I received for Renai, for the other groups, let's see. So Fish Me Can, Bear With Me, Red Dragon Gambling, and Forever in Group A. After what Red Dragon Gambling showed in Division 7, I think they can match themselves with Division 6 teams. So I think Red Dragon Gambling has a really good chance of ending up on top there. So Group B, 21 Esport to Shreds, you say 500 MS and looking for XD. I am going to be honest here. I love myself some memes, so I'm hoping 500 MS will end up on top. No pressure. No pressure, guys. No pressure.
All right. One question, hands down your pants. Who's gonna be the underdog? Who you gonna who you gonna think is the dark horse in this cup?
The dark horse in this cup. I am going to say the Rantners probably. They've shown some really good play. Well, maybe some of you guys have seen the improvements Heroes has made during the season that he streamed. So I think they will be an underdog that might actually go far.
All right. Did the Rentners beat some top teams in that division?
Did they beat one of the top teams? I didn't have this quite ready yet. Let's see. I'll quickly pull up the stats. So you can ask another question in the meantime while I come back to this in a bit.
I'll just really quickly mention then that you still have a couple of seconds left to get your to enter the giveaway. !enter or !ticket in the chat. Spam it in there so you are sure that you are in. We're giving away a Heroes Lounge mousepad and drawing the winner in just a few seconds.
All right. In the meantime, I actually got the stats. They actually managed to beat Friend 3 matches ago, and I don't think they actually. No, they didn't actually went up against any of the other higher up teams. But from the other results I see, other teams I played, they won against. I think they actually make quite a decent chance of playing a good underdog in this series.
Yeah, but that's respective. When they when they not beat a friend, they would end up play 5th. So yeah, I guess that's respective.
Quite respectable indeed.
Yeah, sure. That's it.
I'll say that I threw in my vote for 500 MS. Listen to Fengshen talk about you guys. Yeah, there's something there. Yeah, I'm up for it. That's my dark horse to win it all. And as we have tipped 200 viewers, ladies and gentlemen, tell your friends. Let's do 300. We are also gonna finish out the poll for the Rare Cup and draw the winner of the first giveaway, the Heroes Lounge mouse pad. Okay, we see that it is Goats for Hire with 19.2% of the votes that are the big favorites in the audience here to win it all. What do you think about that, guys?
Well, like I said earlier, I think they've played a really strong season, ending up second in Division 6. And, well, to be fair, they were undefeated in the group stages last season during the Cup, but couldn't play on the match day afterwards. So, yeah, I can see the appeal in that getting 19.2% of the votes.
Yeah, apart from that, both Lux Strikes Again, Renai Clan, 500 MS, the Rentners are all about 10, 11, 12%. So yeah, this might be a really interesting cup. And all of this will go down right here on the Heroes Lounge Twitch channel over the next couple of weeks. As mentioned, all the group plays will now be played over the 2 next weeks. The teams will talk them in between them and decide on when. But if possible, it will be streamed here on this channel, and then the big final with the playoff and all the good stuff will happen on the 27th of October. And have the winner of the giveaway been drawn? If not, we can do that right now. And we see.
Drum roll.
So, I guess Goats for Hire just have much more fanboys, fangirls in the chat than the other teams. I don't think they will be able to win the whole thing. I don't know. It's just a feeling. They lost against Lux Strikes Again in 21 Eastwards, so it will be hard to win the finals. But I mean, it's possible. Nothing is impossible if you just prepare well. So yeah, hope the best for Goats for Hire. So
indeed, if anything, they are under a lot of now being the top favorites voted in this chat. So yeah.
And it does seem like we have a winner of the first giveaway. The first of 4 giveaways, and it's just inclining in hype for how cool the prizes really are. But the Heroes Launch mousepad is being given away to Sagi, I'm told. Sagi, ZAGI. Congratulations to you, and I hope you enjoy your new mousepad. Any questions? Contact Hotskaris in the chat. I'll just throw it over to you. Yeah, so Sagi, congratulations. And as we then have closed out everything that has to do with the Epic Cup, how
Rare Cup.
about the Rare Cup? How about we get into some Epic Cup action and Goku can really join the show? How about that?
Yeah, seems good to me. Let's
Good
go.
Let's see some numbers first. And once again, voice in the sky, guide us through this.
Yes, we have again the most picked map is as usual as we see for a long time in Heroes Launch and all in general in Heroes of the Inferno Shrine's favorite map for most of the teams. Then it's again close followed by Cursed Hollow. Again, with only 2 picks less. And then third we have again Battlefield of Eternity. So this is pretty similar. Then we look at the bands where we also see the first similar thing, which is the Alderac band on top of that. And then second is Garrosh. Garrosh, pretty strong tank. And then we also have as third KT, one of the strongest mages as well in the game. And looking at the most picked heroes, we have another similarity with Jaina being the most picked hero with 220 games. Jaina with 193 and you see 10 less than Jaina's 183. We have a total of maps played 451 total kills, 9,500, and total XP of 21 million. So we see there are 15 million less experience. But let's talk more about the people in those 2 divisions. It's Division 4 and 5. It is with the biggest hero pool. It's nobody else than myself with 16 different heroes. And we've got WC3 Mouse with 13 different heroes and Princess with 13 different heroes. And with the highest KDA, we have Jay from Die for the Elite with 22.67. And then 18.8 is the next one with Jalu from TSEA Link. And then Krasserhecht from Die for the Lead again with 16.4 KDA.
16.4 KDA behind Jellu and Jay there. I see Jellu and Krasserhecht have the same icon. Is that random or are they on the same team?
It's the same team. It's Die for the Lead.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, you can literally see that.
Yeah, I guess it's if I actually paid attention. Oh, interesting, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff for sure. We see, yeah, the hero pool isn't that much worse actually than we saw in the Epic Cup here. Summer here with 16 at the top.
He's almost as good as me.
So tell us. How much
I
heroes?
was switching between 2 roles for the season, so
Why that, man? Why that?
because we had a sub who only plays 1 role, which is originally my main role, so I switched to another role for it.
Apart from that, wasn't it Alderac that was the most banned hero also for the Epic Cup? The rare?
Yes, it was.
So some things doesn't change for over 4 divisions at least, as we all know. The Epic Cup here is the teams from Division 4 and 5, the top 8 teams of each division there. And now we're gonna divide them into some groups. We're gonna get the pools up on the screen, as you can see. Pool number 1. With Gaming in the Rhythm, Dixitas, Hocus Pocus, Morales gets Focus, and AFK for Cocoa, the strongest teams going into the
Actually, that doesn't seem correct on the stream.
Oh, really? Do we have production issues? That's not my fault.
I mean, I see Broth Before Heroes, Asgard support.
Looks like last
yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry about that, everyone. It does seem like okay. Interesting. We had some technical issues during the infographic, so we got a message on the side there. Just keep the talk going. We have some technical issues, and then okay, we found the stat. No, we found the right pool now, and as we found them, it seems like those were last season's. So sorry about that.
Let me have a talk. In the first pool, we have the first spot of Division 4. It's like Gaming in the Rhythm. Yeah. Then we have Dixitas, Hocus Pocus, Morales gets focus, and then we have AFK for Cocoa. Yeah. These 4 teams are in Pool 1. Then we have Pool 2. It's COB Antimeta. Then we have Team Baby Rage, Sloth Sanctuary, and Magical Lyropleurodon.
We will
Yeah.
get them. There we go, up on the screen. Again. This time, this season's correct teams. You were about to go into Pool 3.
Seems good, yeah. Then we have Difo Delete as first spot in Division 5. Jaina, the Frost Mage, Trios Gaming, and TSEA Link. In Pool 3, Nexus Most Wanted, Fat Bones, the only free agent team in Division in this Epic Cup, and then Tactical Suicide and Killer Koalas as they go in Pool 4 for Division 5.
There you have them, ladies and gentlemen. The 16 teams is going to fight it out for glory as the Rare Cup, as the Epic Cup will declare a winner. One of these teams will be the best teams from Division 4 and 5 of Season 9. But we need to figure out how they go up against each other in the group stages. So let's first figure out the teams from Pool 1, exactly which groups they are going to end up in. And I just really want to quickly say that there's a lot of old school names here, especially Gaming in the Rhythm. That's a group of guys that has been around since the dawn of time, at least Heroes of the Storm amateur time.
Yeah, they are around since Season 4. And I mean, they only stick to Haft, or Haft sticks to Gaming in the Rhythm, and had a lot of roster changes. I mean, that's it.
Pretty much it. At least the name lives on. They got placed in the group. Now it's Dingsitas.
Oh, we are in group number A. That's all right.
Ah, yeah, that's you guys.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. There we got Goku placed in group number 1, and now we see Hocus Pocus. Morales gets focus, and that's a great name, guys. That's just a great name. Going into group D, Hocus Pocus, Morales gets focus. Like, yeah. I was just looking through the list of names before things started, and I just had to read it like 3-4 times because that's pretty much just an interesting name. And lastly, the top seeded team in the cup, AFK for Cocoa, will go into Group B. Are they big chocolate fans or what?
Cocoa, I don't know. Like they were used to be called Team Moon Moon, so they had the name change from last season. So yeah, I don't know. They made it to the cup like every season so far. They attended in the lounge. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see how they can do this season.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not going to ask you to say anything about Dingsitas, but Hocus Pocus Morales gets focus. It has to be tons of fun facts of these guys. Like, I don't know.
So what do you want to know? Like these guys are a new team to the lounge. Yeah. And they started off very strong their first season with 8 wins. And yeah, like I said, it's the first season, and they're going on strong.
Yeah, definitely. Getting into first seed and everything for the cup here. That's good stuff from them in their first season. It's going to be interesting to see who they go up against as we're going to continue the draw here, looking towards the second seeded teams for the cup. Sorry about that. Another team that has been around for a long while, Clowns Without Legs, Antimeta. Going to Group C. One of the many teams from the COB family, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's it. Like a lot of teams coming from COB. Like over the seasons, I guess were many teams of COB. I don't know how much, but they're not the only ones.
There have been a bunch up through the years. And next we have Team Baby Rage going up in Group A against you guys in Dingsitas.
Oh, we didn't play against them, but...
And talking about teams, Slot Sanctuary, everyone's favorite Heroes Lounge team, the moral victors and the true champions of the people of Slot Sanctuary, going into Group D. They're the most entertaining and interesting team in the lounge, Group D. And lastly, filling up Group B together with AFK for Coco is Magical Leopleurodon.
You know how I call Sloth Sanctuary? It's like, for me, I call them the lounges team. You know?
Well, what do you mean? Like there are the lounges team?
I don't know if you watch American football, but there is an American team, you know, like the Dallas Cowboys. So the lounges team, it's like the team of the lounge, you know, like with the high tier stuff and staff coming up, playing against the others.
The others. Yeah, I have to admit that up through the years, there have been multiple of these teams that have had like a bigger groupings of moderators or administrative people in them. Slot Sanctuary is by far my favorite. That might have something to do with being a part of it, but it doesn't really matter because we need to continue the drawing here, because now the really interesting stuff is going to happen, because as we see, we have Treehouse Gaming in pot number 3 that really wants the D. They might get it as Dive or Delete goes into Group C together with COB Antometa and Gaming in the Rhythm.
Interesting. Like Dive or Delete and the Gaming in the Rhythm, the only teams undefeated in rounds. But I have to say, Gaming in the Rhythm lost one map all over the season, and Dive or Delete are undefeated, not dropping a single map.
Okay, the dream is alive. Jaina the
Yes.
Mage going into group number B, and here we go. It's a Treehouse Gaming gang. They are the kind of the same thing as Slot Sanctuary, just a little bit more evil. And no!
Coming Group A. Come on.
Yeah, joining Goku in Group A instead. There, Treehouse Gaming, another really interesting team to pay attention to as they're going to go through the cup here. As we do have Galnegunnar with a 24-month sub, hashtag Darshaballs. Thank you so much, Galnegunnar. You crazy Swedish man. Hope to see you again soon. And Eve, boom, 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 throwing out that sub gift. 5 subs being gifted to everyone here. Thanks a lot to Eve and her Treehouse, and welcome so much to all the new subs here to the Heroes Lounge channel. Feel free to spam your emotes, at least that one we have. And yeah, thank you so much, Eve, and welcome to everyone. And remember, if you do have a Twitch Prime and haven't used it anywhere, etc., go over to twitch.tv/Dinarsha and use it. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, okay.
So yeah.
What can you tell me, Goku?
Yeah, Treehouse Gaming. I mean, they're not even newcomers to the lounge. They are in the 5th season so far, and they made it to the playoffs like 3rd times. And yeah, I mean, they're a team of high-tier members of the lounge, with Danker and Eve and whoever plays for that team. And yeah, they're up against us and Team Baby Rage, so let's see how they will do against us.
As I'm going through, I'm looking at their team here on the web page, and they seem to have like a player called Rob or something. What can you tell me about him?
Rob, I guess Rob was like the I don't know, like.
Do you have anything in your stats about what he usually picks on level 1 on Liming?
No.
No. Okay.
Is it Aether Walker?
Yeah, okay, we will just have to wait and see as the group plays are rolling on in the next couple of weeks. But we do still have more teams. Goku, one quick thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know Rob is a griefer, yeah, and
no, let's not be too hard on Rob.
Yeah, no. Hashtag RobGate. So let's see.
Rob is my favorite Rob from Essex. That's also involved in the Heroes Lounge. Okay. Nexus Most Wanted, first team from pool number 4, are drawn into groups. and are getting their place. And then the free agent team Bones gonna join General Frost Mage, Magical Leopoldon, and AFK for Coca in Group B. You know anything about them?
Fat Bones, yeah, sure. They're the only team in the Epic Cup, as I said before. And yeah, starting with 6 wins out of the 10 games for a newly created team in Division 5. In Division 5, it's pretty impressive. So yeah, watch out for them. I mean, free agent team.
Indeed, that. Yeah, it's always kind of interesting. The free agent team. It's kind of more difficult to understand like what exactly you're running into. And lastly, in Group D, together with the People's Champions of Slot Sanctuary, is the Killer Koalas, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, that in front of you we have all the groups. And now, over the next 3 weeks' time, these teams are going to play out games against each other. Then the 2 top teams from each group will go into a playoff that will happen on the 3rd of December. The 3rd of December, everyone. So feel free to note that date down. The Epic Cup final on the 3rd of December. And as we are looking through the groups and discussing them, we are once away. Gonna give out some stuff. This time, we're gonna give out a Slot Chibi shirt. Change that's in the cameras are gone. And because for the Slot Chibi shirt, of the many glorious things that have come out of the merchandise department of the Heroes Lounge, is one of the things we will give away as soon as the giveaway is open. Exclamation mark enter or exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, and feel free to do that while we are fixing these small technical things. It seems like, oh yeah, my producer tells me it's all Rob's fault, but hopefully it's fixed in just a couple of seconds. But until then, exclamation mark enter or exclamation mark giveaway in the chat to enter the giveaway for the Slot Chibi shirt. And of course, the poll is up right in front of you on your screen right now. Who is going to win the Epic Cup? Is it going to be the People's Champions, the moral victors, and the nicest team in the lounge of Slot Sanctuary, or someone else? Get your polls in. So, guys, Goku, looking at the groups,
yeah,
what do you think here?
Actually, first of all, I think Gaming in the Rhythm, looking at the stats, is one of the one of the teams to win it all. Sure. But actually, my dark horse from Division 5 to win it is Typhoid Elite. Like, they didn't drop a single map. They looked impressive on their games. So, yeah, I think with their coordination and adapting to the game, like what their opponents play, I think a Typhoid Elite is my favorite to win it. Beside Gaming in the Rhythm.
Oh, you're talking about the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole
By the way,
thing.
we are sorry for the cameras moving as someone accidentally left the Discord chat.
It's just one of those things that happen. I'm sorry about that, guys. I will just ignore it for now while we hopefully, can fix it there. It's it's just Discord that is taking us from behind without protection. But as Eve is joining in as substitute, we have now the necessary people in the call, and cameras are back to where they are about. Okay, Karis is back. He's made it. Thank you for that. But Goku, I see the people is saying Gaming in the Rhythm.
Yes, as I thought, as I said before, like Gaming in the Rhythm are one team to look out for. I mean, they dropped down from Division 2 from last season. And yeah, sure, they are one favorite to win this whole thing. But I have to mention, they lost a map this season against AFK for Cocoa. So let's see how they will end up in the later stages against Divo Elite. Maybe they will clash in the finals. So I think Divo Elite have a good chance to win it all. So my opinion.
Interesting. Yeah, it's how many? 5.1%.
Yep,
I mean,
21.5.
yeah, like I said, dark horse, Divo Elite. But one thing, I guess, I'm sticking with Fat Bones. Just a little bit. Like they're the only free agent team, Division 4 and 5, making it to the Epic Cup. I mean, they come up from Division 7 and made 6 wins out of the 10 games. And they adapted pretty quickly to the meta from Division 5. So yeah.
Fengshan,
Yes.
do you have any explanation for why Slot Sanctuary only have 5.1% of the votes?
I don't I must say I wouldn't know why people wouldn't vote for our great overlords Sloth Sanctuary. It's I mean, to be fair, relieving some pressure on them might help them perform better. Let's pull it like that.
Let me have a question
Go.
to Narsha. So can you tell us why the people don't vote you that high? Like, what's your play style? Maybe people don't like your play style. What's that?
I don't know. It's very hard for me to say because the most I've been involved in the team this season, I subbed for one scrim, I think, and that's pretty much it. So I'm not gonna say much about the team. But what I can say about Slot Sanctuary is that the foundation of the team is built on trust, friendship, and love.
All right.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
Those are some
that's
pretty
all you need, man. That's all.
Oh, so Tiny actually says to me that I did play the first game and we won that round. So hey, there we go.
Hey, Asha, what's up?
The power of friendship, everyone. Okay, we have talked about the Epic Cup for quite a while, even though there's all the interesting teams are in the Epic Cup. Karis, let's draw some winners here and oh my, yeah. We haven't. Yeah, there is it's closed. The giveaway, 200 viewers. Who will run away with the slot Chibi shirt? It seems like it was Sly Walker. Sly Walker. That's not me.
No, it's also not me. Rigged.
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 None of us won. What? Okay, I guess it was rigged. Anyways, Sly Walker, great congratulations so much. You will get slot Chiba shirt. It's really nice. Okay. Moving on. We have given out a couple of stuff. We're going to give away more stuff after the break. But that's right. Unfortunately, we're going to have a break. Before we go there, I would like to once again to say that the Rare Cup final is on the 27th of October. So mark that. Then the Epic Cup final, most likely between Treehouse Gaming and Slot Sanctuary, will be on the 3rd of December, so definitely catch that. And of course, once again, the sign-ups for the new season are open. Get together with some friends who just sign up yourself. So, but definitely remember to do that. Season 11, we're going strong. It's going to be even better in the time to come. And of course, stay with us because after the break, we're drawing the Legendary Cup. Then we're drawing the Mythic Cup. And we're finishing the whole thing by giving out the BlizzCon virtual ticket through a giveaway in our chat. Remember, it will be drawn tomorrow, but thanks to Blizzard, we are able to give away one of those. But that was it for the Rare and the Epic Cup. Fengshan, have you enjoyed the being on the show?
It's was my first season around, and I love being here, guys. It's amazing. Thank you, guys.
thank you for bringing your insight and expertise. Definitely, so I didn't have to. And of course, Goku. I'm gonna wish you too, of course, good luck in the cup, and thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was
Um,
all a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, just press the thumbs for Dixitas.
We will do so. Catch both Function here and Goku as they are playing in the group stages over the next couple of weeks here on the Heroes Lounge Twitch channel. But stay tuned. We are back in a couple of minutes with more drawing, more balls, more electronical balls, more giveaways, all of the good things. So, yeah, no reason to go anywhere. Thanks for sticking with us for now, and we will see you again in a couple of minutes.
Could be very, very useful. Joanna's Iron Skins down here. EDC might start to control this point. The Horrify controls the Joanna just for now. Lovely Ancestral onto ETC, keeps him alive. Gets whipped around though. Getting whipped off this point. Falling low is Joanna, but in comes the Riptide to finish. 2 members, and it's a third, and it's a fourth.
Level 13 against an Arthas.
Oh, yeah.
Big root, big stun combo Starfall as well.
flawless,
A lot of damage. Diva is about to die. Diva loses her mech. ETC also falls.
Oriel survived.
So does
But,
Greymane. Oh, no.
Oh,
Oriel
Oriel
going down.
Garrosh is taking a fair amount of damage here.
Oh,
but the shish kebab. Oh my god. They're just blowing them.
Advantage. Can they finish the job? The Lunar and Kael'thas are perfect for this kind of siege damage to catch the Rhaegar a little bit out of position, but the Purification Salvo comes in the back line. Hammer's Valis is falling low. Oh my days, the Stukov has gone down. Have they overcommitted here? Shida's going to be the next to go.
Der Twilight Dream hat mir eben Double Kill geholt und da wurde auch die Chen Ult interrupted. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Was war das für Counter-Strike?
There's a lot of damage coming in on him again. Stay a while and listen to disengage. It's not, and he's not even dropping the turret that he stole. The turret is still there, and it's surrounded, taking back the turret that was actually theirs. And Deckard falls.
He's coming out there, but there's a mosh pit. Very good mosh pit there from ETC. First we didn't make it to, but ETC falls in return. Ming now able to. Oh, wait. Nope. He's still able to get this one. And make it 4 kills, only Diablo left alive, and Ming gets taken out by the Immortal.
They're still trying to go for this. Mosh pit! Mosh pit onto 4, and they clean up here. Brilliant mosh pit by Dark Wanderer. Greymane getting the kills, and that's going to be a dead Dammy as well, with an Immortal here.
Attention, you can cut it with a
We do see the big Parasite coming in from Paradox.
But here comes
The mosh
on the Parasite,
pit!
Here comes the mosh pit, and then several people go down. The VP goes down, but by the time there goes the Lightning Breath, which is going to do literally nothing whatsoever.
And big stun from Gentro, followed up by a stun from Paradox. Mahotsukai might get away, but I don't think Hamas Valas will.
Hey, 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 ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm really glad you didn't go far because here on the Heroes Lounge Twitch channel, we have tons of good stuff to still get through. We have given out a Heroes Lounge mousepad, we have given out a slot chibi shirt, and now we are going to give away a slot plushie and, of course, a BlizzCon virtual ticket by courtesy of Blizzard. But to do that, we need to continue the drawing because, of course, that's what we are here. What we are all here for. We have the groups for the Epic Cup and the Rare Cup that will play out over the next couple of weeks. But we still have two left: the Legendary Cup, consisting of the best teams from Division 2 and 3, and of course the Mythic Cup with the top 8 teams from Division 1. But before we get to that, as mentioned, we need to cover the Legendary Cup, and I can't do that alone. Oh, no, no, no. So, let's bring in a couple of new guests. First of all, on my right side, some say he is an excited executioner exercising his exciting powers excessively. We know him as Gwels. Welcome.
Hello, I'm kind of an expert tonight.
Oh, I should have put that in the tongue twister somewhere. Some say he's an excited expert executioner exercising powers excessively. Yeah, okay. Maybe next time.
Yes.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm all right. Yes, I hope this will go fine. My team is participating as well in the Legendary Cup, so somehow, I don't know why we made it, so that's why I'm happy to be here, and it's cool to be. I've been there last season as well, and it's cool. It's cool. I'm fine.
Yeah, and it's really cool to have you here. We see a lot of hype in chat for Gwels finally joining on here on the screen. Don't worry, guys. He will take off more clothes as the show goes along. But first, our Division 1 expert joins me on my left side. And you can imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie. Well, imagine no more, and welcome to Strider.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Who would imagine a Division 5 captain doing analysis for Division 1?
Yeah, who would imagine? But then again, as Twitch chat has shown for many, many years, you can be much more clever behind the screen that you are actually in the game.
I type on Caldor's Twitch chat, so of course I'm GM.
Yeah, I think there's some automatic stuff there for sure. It's very good to have you guys here with me as we're going to get into first the Legendary Cup and then the Mythic Cup. And you guys, of course, together with Samu, that is still the voice in the sky, is going to help bring out the expertise. But let's get into it. First, the Legendary Cup and the numbers that we have available. That is normal. Samu is going to talk us through.
And who would have guessed it is, again, Infernal Shrines as the most played. With 99 picks in total over the season of Division 2 and 3. Then we've got Battlefield of Eternity as second with 66 games in total. And Volskaya Foundry is third with only 53. Then we see one thing we see a lot lately, apparently. With Auroch being, again, the most banned hero. Second most banned is Chen, the Panda, coming in Division 2 and 3, apparently. And then we have ETC. And he's not only the third most banned hero, he's also the most picked hero. As we see him on top of here, he's the only one getting more picks than Johanna in Division 2 and 3. As Johanna is, again, of course, in those top 3 with a total of 190 games. ETC with 200. And third is Greymane. Goldor Worgen with 155 game, with the biggest hero pool on Zephyro with 22 different heroes in total, which is the highest in launch, by the way. Then we've got Parnaby with 14 and Brett Bucket with only 13. We've also got a lot of maps played, as we have 416 maps in total and the total kills of 8,531. And total XP soaked is 39,061,485. And with the highest KDA, we've got Croqueta from the Gailebango, which Gwels is also playing for with 19.46. And we've got Aristar with 17. And then we've got from Team Snore, Licious with 16.8.
16.8, and of course, first and like I think like the thing we need to talk about first is this crazy Suomi, Lainen, Sephiroth, 22 different heroes, and the biggest hero pool in Heroes Lounge.
Yes, that's. I don't know how could he make that so many heroes, and I think he played a lot of sub games as well, as far as I know. So that maybe worked in, but as you can see, it is nice to have a lot of possible heroes you can play. So why not? I like it. Some teams like to focus on a few heroes only. Some teams like to play a lot of different heroes. As long as it works, why not?
As long as it works, why not? And also really interesting to see Bread Bucket here being high up on the biggest hero pool list, as Bread Bucket for a long time was known for two things. One, being the most handsome man under 160 centimeters in the world, and playing Chen. Like, he plays Chen like no one else. And yeah, it's interesting to see him with now a big hero pool kind of standing out instead of just being that legendary one trick that we know him for. And yeah, we have covered some of the outliners in the Legendary Cup, and let's take a look at the pools. The drawing as we have them up on the screen right now, and yeah, this cup also have a decent amount of old school names.
Indeed, yes, we have. So there's some teams are new. Of course, we always have new teams that are doing well, but there are also some very old known teams, like the winner of Division 3. It's Dawn of Fedoras. They are atop of Pool 3 now, and they are really, they have been there since ever. I don't know, but they were, since always they played in the Heroes Lounge at least, and they have been in the playoffs multiple times. Like they have been in, let me check it, season 8, 7, 6, and 4. They participated in the playoffs already, so there is some experience around. Yeah, there's a COB team as well, Geile Banger. Yes, I'm on that team, so whoa. Greetings to my mates out there. They are watching. And then we have, Kitty Cat Crusaders, Only Chance. That's all teams that have been around. There's a team with some admin involved as well, Team Complex. And what to say? A lot of experience here.
Definitely a lot of interesting names and pools. Gonna be interesting to see how they go up against each other. You mentioned, of course it has to be mentioned, Donner Fedoras has a special place in my heart, no doubt about it. Was for all you new Heroes launchers out there, the original meme trinity of the Heroes Lounge included Donner Fedoras. That was between season 1 and 2. So yeah, that's some definitely old school stuff. Old school stuff there. Really cool to see that they are still around, together with many of the other teams there, going up against some newcomers. And I think it actually looks like we are ready to go to some bouncing balls and draw some teams here. Okay, first and foremost, we're just going to place the first team. So there's not that much interesting to say, but I think Team Snore is the first one out.
Yes, that is the winner of Division 2. Actually, Division 2 and 3 were not that clear like we saw in Division 4, where I think Gaming the Rhythm or something, they won so strongly. But here we have like Team Snore winning the division, 8 out of 10 matches won. So they are strong. But behind that, the whole division was really close. So the fourth place team got just 6 out of 10 wins. And so there's not the one strongest team here, the strong contender of all. Anybody can beat anyone on a good day, and that I think the Legendary Cup will be quite interesting that way. So we see the first teams getting placed, but it's, not much to say about this.
What about you can cover like a couple of teams while they are being placed. Right now we're saying Gravity is just a social convention.
Yes, interesting. Yeah, they are news. No, they played last season, never been to playoffs, first time to playoffs. They actually lost to a group, to a lower team in the One Punch Army. But like I said, anyone could beat anyone here. So Northern Exposure is a new team, new around, directly made it into the playoffs. Team Snore have been they had a break. They are back again and have played before in season 5 and 4. And in season 4, they have been to playoffs already, but it's a long time ago. So they're now back after a longer extended break. And then the Nexus Junkies just got placed in Group A. They are oh no, wait. They have been in playoffs in season 7 and 9. So also around since season 7 and quite with good results so far. So those are the strongest contenders, at least by name. So let's see who will join them.
Strider, of course, this isn't your cup, but if you have anything to add, feel free to do so. Of course,
I'll try.
Nexus Junkies, we didn't mention them quickly, Guels.
Nexus Junkies?
Yeah.
Like I said, they are here since season 7, and they have been the players in season 7 and 9.
Okay.
Yes. Their favorite map is Battlefield, and they like to play Reyna, Joanna, and Tyrande. So nothing out of meta that's very surprising here.
Okay, just solid players all around, and most likely as they are a first seeded team in the Legendary Cup here in the Heroes Lounge. But they are not going to be alone in their groups as we're moving on. And we are first going to draw the Kitty Cat Crusaders. And apart from having a very cute name, anything you can tell me about them?
Yes, they are on that since season 8, and they have been in playoffs always. So they are always got the ticket into playoffs. They always performed well. Let's see how they will perform now as well. Their favorite map is Inferno Shrines. They like to play a lot of Anduin and also Greyman and Joanna. Kitty Cat Crusaders. No, they haven't played against the top 4 teams yet, so there will be it will be a new matchup in any case.
That's actually pretty interesting that they haven't really gone toe to toe with the other best teams from their division now. So everything is a bit up in the open then, as it seems in the Legendary Cup so far.
Yes, and so now we have the only chance. I think there's a special thing there. They have just played 9 matches and still made it to the playoffs, which is nice. They've been around since season 8 and have in the playoffs all seasons as well. So also a very successful team. And they like to play Reyna, Tyrande, and Joanna again. And that's played so much here, all these heroes, you know. And they actually won against Team Snore, the number 1 seed. They have played them in season, and they won against Team Snore. Where did they land? They against Gravity. No, they haven't played against each other yet. So that's also a new thing. Then we have the One Punchers army. They get to Northern Exposure, and that's an I think actually, because they couldn't finish their last match. Their last match would have been Northern Exposure against One Punchers army, and they just put in a draw, a 1-1. So now they will meet, and now they have to make a result of that, which is I think that's a nice twist of the story.
Yeah, they need to actually see who is the best.
Yes, and both are new teams, new to the launch, directed to playoffs. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And the Hold it, whatever. They're in Group A against Nexus Junkies. Let me check. They have Nexus Junkies 1-2-0 against Hold it before. So they are off for revenge maybe here. Also a new team, by the way. Favorite map, Inferno Shrines. Yeah, let's go for the next Division 3 teams now, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think there's much more to say. We have covered them all. Alcohol that. What is up with that name? Yeah, I'm not gonna even. Okay.
Alcohol it.
Yeah. If it's not a German thing, then I'm not gonna even try to understand it. Yeah. Okay. Like everything that is not funny could be a German joke, so you never know. Dawn are Fedoras, everyone's favorite team from Seed 3 in the Legendary Cup.
And they are still playing Xayah, I think. Yes, Rooney is still the man on Xayah. Where do they go? Group D against Team Snore and Kitty Cat Crusaders. So it's the same story like in the Epic Cup, I think. We have the number 1 of both divisions in the same group, Dawn of Fedoras and Team Snore here.
Mm.
And yeah, gonna be interesting. So yes, Dawn of Fedora is very strong team. They've played Division 1 before. I don't know why they're Division 3 now. Like I said, they have been to the playoffs in season 8, 7, 6, and 4. Been around since ever. Like to play Tsaya, and Volskaya Foundry is their favorite map. Gonna see.
Yeah, I would like to apologize to Dawn of Fedoras for not having a fedora this time. I think it's the first time I've drawn you in a draw show without having one ready.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll make it up to you the next time. But as Complex is placed in Group A.
Yes, Complex is a team from admins. There's some admins inside. I think there's Penelope and Karis are playing there. So it's one of those teams. But very nice. They have been to the playoffs before. They're around since season 8. Then there is Team Heart in Group B, just got placed there. It's a new team, completely new team. I don't know much about that. Actually, they won against Deers and the Werebears. They will be drawn soon. And there's COB Galebanger, one of the COB family. That's my team, actually. And so I have some more stories about this. The team just joined COB this season, and I joined the team because they needed just a captain, somebody who does the organizing stuff. That's all. The rest, they're all real life friends from Germany, and actually it's a no training team. The plan was actually to just play once a week without training at all, and hope to get into division. So last season I was Division 4 and hope in a lower division, whatever. And some of the admins put us into Division 3. And it worked somehow. So the motto is like, when you never train, your battery is always full for the match. And that's the plan.
Saving your energy for the actual
Yes.
games. Clever.
That's the thing. And yes, actually they're very bad and they will lose totally because they haven't played any of the teams, I think, from the top 4. And lost against teams from the other top 8. So, oh god, that will be bad.
Did you cover Team Heart?
Team Heart, yes, I said it's a new team. They won 8 out of 10 matches, so good performance, the same as Dawn of Fedoras, but just 1-2 maps less than Dawn of Fedoras. Like I said, there's a new team. Favorite map is Infernal Shrines. They like to play Garrosh and Sylvanas. Also, the Kerrigan is a good pick of them. 5 picks, I think, always won.
Oh.
And yeah.
Cool.
That's interesting. And now we get 2 more teams drawn in, the Deers and the Werebears, and they both won against them 2-0. So maybe they will.
I kind of have a feeling Group B is sailing up to be one of the hard ones. But let's see how it's all being rounded out as we're going to draw the final 4 teams into each and every groups. First, the team you already mentioned, the Werebears.
Oh, the Werebears. Where them going? So like I said, both divisions were really close. It's like 6 or 7 wins would be enough to qualify for playoffs. Even up to second or third place. So on a good day, anybody can beat anybody. And they're going to Group D. And I think this is now a very strong group with Team Snore and Team Dawn of Fedoras, the highest of both divisions. And then Werebears, strong team that, Team Heart won against them. But Dawn of Fedoras met with Werebears before, and the Werebears won. The Werebears won 2-1. So, yes, maybe that's going to be interesting. That's like the nemesis of Dawn of Fedoras in this season, at least.
Interesting.
Could be interesting again. So they meet again. Strong group, I think. We have what do we have next? Werebears is a new team, by the way. Like to play Malfurion and Falstad, and also Zeratul and Vala. Then we have Just Friends of the Polish team. They are around since season 6, and they got into Group B. They have been in playoffs last season, so one-time playoffs before. They like to play Greyman and Thrall and Arthas. And I don't know, Just Friends, in which group they are. Team Heart. Have they played against each other? No, they haven't. So this is a new pairing. And then there's Team Lumpensammler. that is something like a German word for rack picker, or maybe a scavenger or something like that, collecting the racks. They are around since season 8 and have always been in playoffs. In Group C, the Lumpensammler. There's an interesting story about this team. I think they lost some players during the season. For a while, there were just 4 players left standing and to play with a sub. And I think during the last days or last play weeks, they managed to get 2 players back, something like that. So it's not the same team than when the season started. So it's going to be interesting. And the last team, Deers, yeah, they slipped into the playoffs as a 9th placed team, because actually the team that would have been there, Vacation in Purgatory, can't participate, sadly. So Deers were lucky. They are a new team as well. They are in the playoffs now in their first season. And yeah, as the 9th. And have they played against Complex before? Yes, they have. Complex won 2-1 against Deers, so not that clear. Gonna be interesting.
I see. And as far as I can count, that is all our teams, all our groups for the Legendary Cup. Yes, I had some lag too.
Yes, there was some lag.
Yeah, I refreshed and it seems to be okay, at least here now. So do feel free to try the refresh. Because yeah, now we were going to start the fun stuff, aka the giveaways and the polling. Things needs to be in order. So hopefully the technical issues should be fixed. Things look okay here. So feel free to refresh. Try that if it doesn't work. But more giveaways, more polling on the screen right now. You can see how you can vote for which team you think will win the Legendary Cup. But of course, also do not forget to !enter or !giveaway. Was that the word?
I want to participate as well.
Do that. I suggest you do.
I'm wearing my funny hat now, so it's better.
Kind of forgotten to do it myself, but yeah, !enter or !ticket in the chat to join the giveaway automatically, and we will give out a slot plushie.
I want it so much.
I actually really want that too. It looks really, it seems really nice. Okay, !enter. Boom, baby. And where's Dawn of Fedoras? 9. Boom. There we go. Vote for the team you would like to, you think will win the Legendary Cup and enter the giveaway. But Gwels, now that we have all the groups, what are your thoughts now?
So yes, like I said, I think Group D is a strong one because, yeah, like I said, we have the both top seeds of both divisions in there, and also the Werebears who beat some top teams as well. So this gone on Kitty Cat Crusaders, like they have been there around since in playoffs a lot. So this is gonna be a hard one, a really hard one. If I look at the other groups, actually, I think it's really even somehow. There can be surprise from all sides. Depends on the daily shape, except for COB Galebanger, they will lose totally. But all the others, I think it's not that clear that to say, oh, they will definitely win that. Of course, a team like Deers that just jumped in surprisingly from the 9th place will have to prove. But they can be the dark horse because, like I said, 6 wins were enough to qualify as the 4th seed of Division 2. So that's why going to be interesting. And we have, yeah, like we said, a lot of old school teams here around, a lot of experienced teams that have been in the playoffs ever since. Yeah, COB has been around since season 1. Dawn of Fedoras have been around since season 1. A lot of teams that are there. So I can't really pick the one favorite here. But yeah, if I have to bet money, I would say Dawn of Fedoras, yes.
But it does seem like our audience are able to pick a favorite. Dawn or Fedoras. Same as, yeah. With 20% of the votes, almost double a second, Team Snoron 10%. Is it just because they are really charming, or are they the big underdog here?
maybe both. I don't know. Why not both? So yeah, they are charming indeed. We want to see the Saya of Dawn of Fedoras and Team Snore. What did they play? They like to play Vala and Rega, so also quite old school. I don't know. And who could be the dark horse here? So I think the dark horse here might either be the Only Chance or Kitty Cat Crusaders. Both are like very experienced teams, and they are the Lumpensammler. Like I said, they changed the team because they lost some players, and they are also experienced. Have always been to playoffs. A strong team here. Those are the dark horses, I would say.
I don't know, like personally, I just have enormous problems taking Lumpensammler serious because, like, for a Norwegian, it just sounds so silly.
Yeah, I think it even sounds silly in German, but maybe that's the plan. They distract you while you're laughing at their name. They are laughing at your core. I don't know.
Apart from, of course, cheering on Dawn of Fedoras because Bread Bucket is very much kawaii. Then I don't know. I like Only Chance. I don't know. I just get a sensation, get a feeling for some team, and I don't know. There's something about them. The way you talked about them, I don't know. They seem nice to me. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the teams, we have the groups, we have everything, and now that we have voted and everyone has entered the giveaway, I hope you have all entered the giveaway, !enter or !ticket. Let's say, there, we are done. You cannot enter anymore. And we will draw a winner of the giveaway for the slot plushie. And it was Baby Houdini.
Congratulations.
1.41% chance to win, and Baby Houdini, congratulations with your brand new slot plushie. And there are thousands of people around the world very envious of you right now.
Indeed.
Okay, that was it for the Legendary Cup. We have only one left, and it's the Mythic Cup, Division 1. The absolute best teams in Amateur Heroes of the Storm in the world are going to fight it out for the Mythic Cup. And before we get into the stats, the Mythic Cup is a little bit different since it's only teams from Division 1. It's the 8 best teams from the normal league play that gets into the playoffs. Those 8 teams are then divided into 2 groups of 4 teams each. They will fight it out against each other, where the 3 best teams in each of the groups will go into a 6-team double elimination tournament. You don't have to remember all of this. Just pay attention to the Twitch channel and you will be explained it all in a very good time. What I can say, it's going to be really, really cool. And some of the reason for that, we're going to get up on the screen right away. We are also for the Mythic Cup checking out some stats. And Samu explained this to me.
And who would have guessed, again, most picked map in Fallen Shrines with 44 picks in total. Keep in mind, this is only 1 division, not 2 divisions, as Narshas will have less games played. But anyway, second most picked map is Battlefield of Eternity with only 29, and then we've got third with Volskaya Foundry. Looking at the most banned heroes, we've for the first time someone else on the top. This time it is not Alrak. We've got this time Anabarak on top, and then second is Chen again, the Panda, making his rise. And also we see Hanzo being very banned a lot here in Division 1. Then looking at the most picked heroes, we see again ETC Janna on the top, just the 2 top tier tanks with ETC 111 picks and Johanna 96 picks. And then again, we have for the third, again, Hanzo, they're always third. And then we have also not only those heroes, we've also the players and the biggest hero pools. We have Vanafos with 16 different heroes. Out of Yemno win ratio, and we got HGC in 2K19 LOL with 15 different heroes out of the Wheel of Orda. And we've got DNA Galaxy from X-Ray wins these all day with 14 different heroes. And we've got a total of maps played 175, a total of 3,578 kills, and 16 million experience soaked in total. Looking at the highest KDA, we see it is a lot smaller compared towards the other divisions, as we have Varendo with 16.55, then we've got Frim with 13, and Raitsua with 12.91.
These some players that are showing off here. I don't know. It's hard to get around HSA in 2K19 LOL. That most of us will know as Cascon. He just turned teenager, so feel free to congratulate him in the chat just a few days ago. He is a one-trick Malfurion player that ends up with 15 different players played in the hero pool, which is pretty impressive. Though it has to be mentioned that Wheel of Orla has done things a little bit different this season. We can get back to that later. But yeah, Cypher, you know some of these players and some of these teams, and I don't know anything from the stats you would like to mention or you notice.
Strider? Oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, so from any of these stats, you can see that Wheel of Order has, as you said, they've been a bit cheeky this season, and there's markedly, as compared to the previous division, the hero pool is slightly smaller, although 15 heroes is quite a lot. The KDA, the highest KDA is both highest KDAs belong to the same team, so that's always quite interesting. It's interesting how Hanzo is both the top 3 most banned hero and also the top 3 most picked hero. That just shows just how, you know, his range, his poke, everything that everybody has said already is already quite valued, and how Shen has gone from being completely forgotten to, you know, the second most banned with that one patch that came out not too long ago. But overall, we'll see how the divisions play out. Most teams in the top division have played against each other already, so we'll see how the groups fall and how much energy this pool will give the teams to fight against each other again.
Last thing before we move on, no Alarak in the most banned heroes for the first cup.
That's a good point. Well, the Anub'arak, I guess, is a different. It's a slightly different meta here because the Anub'arak obviously is more of a dive, and a lot of the teams have concentrated on these stun comps where the Anub'arak dives, and a few teams have run Uther as well. So the Anub'arak dive with the Uther stun, and a couple of teams have also done Kerrigan. So as you can imagine, that the stun chain really gets quite out of hand quite quickly. And a lot of teams have tried to limit that because it's quite hard to deal against.
Indeed, and now we have some decent context for the Mythic Championship, and we can start getting ready. The last balls of the draw show for Season 10, as we'll decide. These 8 teams are going to be divided into groups. Oh, sorry about that. So we can figure out how they play up against each other. And I don't know, I'm too excited to wait much longer. We have still the BlizzCon virtual ticket by courtesy of Blizzard to give out at the end of the drafts. But before we get there, we need to bounce this ball. Order! And the balls are being bounced. First, Hard for Deckard.
Yeah. So Hard for Deckard is quite a good, like a solid team. It's a new team with the team itself is new, but there've been obviously the players, you know, have been from different teams, and MXD, the players MXD and Makairu have been part of Div S, with notably with the Meme Lords Meme Machines that have made it to the championship stages a couple of times already, and they've played against most of the other teams already that are qualified here. They've played against the only ones they haven't played against is the Holy Sect, and they've won 2-1, 2-0 against all the teams except Quick Slick Trick. So they're definitely the team to watch here.
What about Group A from pool number 1? X-Ray wins these every day.
Well, hopefully he'll live up to his name and win this one. But the X-Ray wins these every day as a stacked team of Division S players right? With some players also are currently playing with Go Next, and with Kelvin, for example, playing for Go Next, and Max Passion as well is part of this team. And if I look here, he's also playing for Wind and Rain in Division S. And there's the Hallows Cup going on currently. So obviously X-Ray is currently playing for that in the team Feel the Heat. So they've got quite a busy schedule with this and the Hallows Cup and everything going on. But yeah, they're also a team to watch. I mean, they're all very good teams with this one as well. Yeah.
Did these two meet during the season?
Yes, they did. So Deckard won this 2-0. They won this. They met each other already, and Deckard won this 2-0. And so we'll see if X-Ray can pick up the pieces, and as eponymously win these. Right.
Interesting. And we'll move on to the next two teams, as we have two teams from pot 2 to place in one of these two groups. And first is the Slug. Are they huge Abathur fans or just debating the name?
They're a bit of a cheeky team for sure. They have a couple tricks up their sleeves. They namely like a lot of TLV on Towers of Doom, and which they've been quite successful at. Very much successful. They've also done like a triple frontline with Imperius, Tyrael, and Shen against a Hammer. They lost. They had 15 deaths to 5, but they still won the match. So it's throw as many bodies as possible, right? They do like their double healer comp with Uther and Rhaegar, for example. And yeah, they're and they use Chromie as well, so Abba, Valera, so they do like their slugs. And yeah, so generally a cheeky team that tries things off meta with Valera and Chromie. Chromie obviously not picked so much since her rework, but yeah, and all their players have been active. Freak Zed or Freak has been active in the lounge for a long time, since season 5, and Felix as well, another player since season 6. So we've got a nice mix here of players who've been active for at least in the lounge for just a couple seasons, with more lounge veterans. And yep.
And it's actually interesting to see as we start to drawing these teams of the lounge veterans and stuff. I can see a bunch of old people suddenly showing up instead. I saw Irvin earlier here, and now we got Death Knight. X-Ray, of course, himself is in the chat. Copenhagen. It's nice to see some of the old school names around as we are filling up the two groups for the Mythic Cup. Quickly before you go into a quick slick trick, of course, Galne Gunnar, the legend. Chelvin is around. Oh my god, getting nostalgic. Okay. We are giving away a BlizzCon virtual ticket. I can see that we're getting less viewers, so there's no reason to go anywhere. As soon as we're done with the mythic drawing, the giveaway for that will open. So just hang around, everyone, and then Strider, quick slick trick.
Quick slick trick. The team members are a bit more recent to the league. They've obviously been, they're good players, but and they're not lounge veterans. But don't let that fool you, because one of their player, Inus or Winus, has played before with Hold My Beer in previous season, another top tier team, and they've made it. The players have made it. The team has made it in previous seasons to the group stages twice, and the championship once. All of that just since season 8. So they're really they really put out the numbers here. And if I look here at Quick Slick Trick, they as I said, that's one of the reasons why Anubarak was banned so much, because they also like their chain stuns here with Garrosh, etc, and or Misha, Muradin, and Tyrande here, just piling on the stuns and just taking out somebody really quickly. And so, however, they do seem to struggle a little bit when they're confronted with the same, when they're confronted with other stun comps, namely against played against Digital Mousquetaire. One time they faced another stun comp, and they struggled a little bit. And that's they're pretty good.
Can I quickly ask you, Strider, are you French?
I speak French, yes.
Yeah, okay, because like suddenly the pronunciation of Digital Musketeer, and I was like, baguette,
Mon Dieu.
okay.
Was
Oui,
it,
oui.
I was around.
Fromage. Yeah, but this is going to be interesting because Quick Slick Trick and X-Ray have Quick Slick Trick and X-Ray here have not met before, so this is going to be a new matchup, and we'll see how it goes. The Slug and Hartford Deckard, as we said, yeah, the Slug lost against Hartford Deckard, so yeah, one new matchup and one revenge time, I guess.
Indeed, as that was half of the teams that needs to be placed in the Mythic Cup. We'll move on towards the two next ones. as we'll draw first. Ojevne win ratio, which is not a regular win ratio, if I'm to guess. But
no, quite right. That's a bit of an odd win ratio, but yeah, no, it's captained by Will Q, who's also playing in the Hallows Cup with the team of the same name, but different players this time. Will Q being a Polish player, and we'll see. They've made it to the group stages last season. We'll see if we'll see how they stack up. They have lost against X-Ray Wins, and they have not played against Quick Slick Trick. So more things to see here, and they have tried various things. Like they have tried Evala Hyper Carry, which is always fun to play. They have struggled against against stun comps, but who doesn't? Like they lost against the Slugs and against Hartford Deckard. They've tried unusual heroes, so they're a very varied team. They've tried Zul'jin, Lunara, Tychus, Kel'Thuzad, at least unusual for Div 1. I don't know about Div 7, but Zul'jin isn't played so much in top tiers. And they seem to win. They seem to have the best win rate when they stick to a more conventional team comp. And like they won against Taz Dingo by sticking to a very the strong front line with more traditional damage dealers. And,
I see.
yes.
Yeah, and then of course Group A's team, 5-man stack.
The 5-man stack, IS, a resilient team, a very strong team, of course, that has had against, they've had a lot of success against more traditional and off-meta comps. So it's definitely one of their strengths, where they're very adaptable to whatever the enemy throws against them. And there's a mix of both more recent lounge members and more veteran lounge members. Yeah, and so like a few players are quite new to the lounge, like about half their roster, but they have lost against they won against Quick Slick Trick 2-1, so that's always a point in their favor, obviously, and they have against X-Ray. They haven't played against X-Ray, so you could go either way in this group. So we have both a precedent and not. So we'll see how this goes.
Interesting for sure, as those teams have been placed, and we only have 2 left now that we will draw. First, of course, it's Wheel of Order. Okay. Just really quickly here, as I actually have some insight, as was their manager for a while they were like, while HGC was still a thing. Wheel of Order, just pretty much this gang of friends that still like to play heroes because it's kind of fun, but tryharding isn't fun. So the Wheel of Order thing comes from a Wheel of Grief, where they, before every game, spun the wheel and saw who was playing which roles for the next week, and then spin the wheel again to see what hero they ended up playing. So let's say the first half of the season didn't go too well for Wheel of Order, and I think it was like 3 rounds ago, someone says like, guys, you know that if you like want to play the playoffs, maybe we should like win some games. And then they went back to the normal roles, started to win some games, and just got the last spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, quite right. So I was a bit confused. I look at the name. I was like, Oda, obviously in capital letters with quite extended. I was like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to shout this, but then there's a question mark at the end, and I'm like, oh no, Oda. Like, how do I even say this? But
Yeah, and it seems I was mistaken. The first rounds went well, and then they did the wheel again to change roles even one more time, and then was when it started to go downhill. It seems.
yeah, and then they got their act together and won the last three. It looks like. But yeah, no, as you said, they've played Samuro, for example, which is always unusual, but they've had really good, successful, solid win rate with him. Valera, on the other hand, their Valera plays, could be better. But they've also tried some TLV. It seems like a bunch of people are a fan of TLV on Towers of Doom, for example. They've had an interesting. They seem to have maybe they spun the wheel again against in their choice of bans versus Without Origins, where they banned Cho and then they banned Gall and then they didn't ban a third. So that was, and then they actually won the series. They did that, through 3 games, and I was quite surprised to see that.
I love those guys.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
For sure, for sure. Okay, we can talk all day long about Wheel of Warda, to be honest. But okay, how about the Group A represented them, the Holy Sect?
The Holy Sect, yeah, no, a solid team that focuses a lot on coordination between the healer and the damage dealers. For example, they pick Anna Li Ming and let me see, so Anna Li Ming, Oriel Vala, and Anna KT. So very obviously solid team composition. And with General, they also try to focus on the big wombo combos, so the ETC and the Jaina plays and things like that. So they're a solid team. They might struggle a little bit in this comp because they've played against Quick Slick Trick. They've lost 2-0. And so we'll see how it goes. They haven't played against X-Ray and they haven't played against 5-man stack, so we'll see how it goes.
They still have something to show for, indeed. And we have all our groups, we have all our teams, and we're gonna start polling for who you think will win the Mythic Championship. And seeing as Gorge Goodalt didn't qualify this year, I think I'm gonna have to vote for someone else. Of course,
Where's One Trick?
Yeah, where did them guys go? Yeah, okay. It seems like there's a lot
No
of
Trick
7
Pony.
votes. The No Trick into the One Trick Pony. Okay, the voting is up, but we're not only gonna vote. Caris, get it up and running. It is the BlizzCon virtual ticket giveaway that's starting right about now. ! Enter or ! Ticket in the chat. Do whatever you want with it. You have a chance to win it right here, right now. It's worth money. It's cool to have. ! Enter, ! Ticket, and or to enter the giveaway. That is the only giveaway that won't be drawn tonight. The winner of that giveaway will be drawn in the upcoming days during a cast right here on your favorite Heroes of the Storm esport channel, the Heroes Lounge Twitch channel. So yeah, as you're all getting your votes in and they get entered the giveaway, Strider, looking at the 2 groups here, I'm going to ask you something a bit mean right away because one team is dropping out from each group. Which one?
Oof. Well, definitely not hard for Deckard. Maybe if they're all in chat, right? So no offense here, but if I had to axe, maybe Holy Sect. I mean, they came in. It was a bit close. And depending on whether or not I'll go with the safe one. Depending on whether or not the Wheel of Order, Wheel of Oda, whether or not they choose to spin the wheel, it might lead them with some issues if they ever decide to, because they're the only ones who have lost against all the other ones, against all the other teams that they've faced that are present in this. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I'm sure they'll make it, but the wheel will decide.
Order! I just see some complaining in the chat that there wasn't enough Burkov impressions. So yeah, I think I kind of follow that. Like if the Wheel of Order, if the Wheel of Order actually goes in utilizing what their team is named after, the wheel itself, they are most likely gonna go out pretty quick. But I agree, it's a good group of players that if they actually decide to play, they can easily go through here.
Yeah, quite right. We'll see. Ujime as well has had some ups and downs, but I think overall they're all in the running for winning. But my vote obviously is on Hartford Eckerd because they've been pretty solid throughout the season, and there's no reason for them to fall off the wagon just yet. And but we'll see. But obviously this isn't the regular season. This is the postseason, right? So spirits are lifted, and players will put in renewed effort, and I'm sure it'll be great.
But it seems like you that has kind of like studied these teams a certain bit. You seem pretty confident that Hartford Eckerd is maybe the leading team, or would maybe X-Ray wins these every day as their closest competitor.
I think they've Hartford Eckerd definitely they've had a lot of success, and they've won against everybody except Quick Slick Trick, so that's always a good start. Obviously, we'll see if X-Ray can get it together, which I'm sure they will. And no, it ought to be exciting, especially if obviously they're not in the same group, so potentially it could be a final, and that's always tantalizing.
For sure. It's also going to be interesting to see if Undead actually joins on voice this time. That might help Wheel of Order's chances. We'll see as we go along, but of course the audience really enjoys Wheel of Order's chances. But apart from that, it looks like they pretty much agree with you that it's hard for Dakar that X-Ray wins these every day that are the outliers here, and seems to be among the most popular to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
The Mythic final will be on the 10th of December. That's the day after the Legendary final, which is be on the 9th of December. So right now, open your calendar, scroll a couple of weeks ahead. 9th and 10th of December, the Legendary and the Mythic playoff finals. That all is going to be absolutely amazing stuff. November.
I have to write that down.
What? No.
9th, win the
November.
cup. So
there we go.
All right. No, maybe. Yeah. I tried to stream some of the group stage matches. Wasn't able to stream much during the season. Very busy, but I hope can cover a lot of the matches, and I hope the other great casters here will do so as well.
Yeah, I hope so too. There's my stream crashed. There's a bunch of really good casters that, to varying degrees of activity, do what they can to deliver you guys the best Heroes of the Storm esports that we can pretty much. And we're of course going to do the same thing over the next couple of weeks, because now the teams have 2 to 3 to 4 weeks to play the group stages, and then at the end, it will all be the finals. First, for the Rare Cup, on the I had it there on the 27th of October. That's a Sunday. Then a week later, it's the Epic Cup final, and 1 week after that, on the 9th and 10th of November, we finish everything with the playoff finals for both the Legendary and then the Mythic Cup. So no reason not to hang around on the Heroes Lounge Twitch channel in the coming weeks if you enjoy yourself some good Heroes of the Storm amateur esports. And that's the only type of Heroes of the Storm esports that exists. So hope you enjoy. We are pretty much done for the season. The draw show have fondled its last balls, and it's time to say thank you and goodbye to our beautiful guest, Gwels. Was it as nice for you as it was for me?
Yes, it was so lovely, and thank you for having me. Yesterday, I drank too much beer at the Oktoberfest, so I was happy that I could make it in time in the evening. I was not that fit in the morning, but thank you for having me. It was nice. Yes, and I enjoyed it very much. And what about you, Strider?
Yeah, no, I'm obviously very happy and very honored to be here, and it was a very fun experience, and hopefully I didn't mangle the analysis too much, but
Not at all, Strider. You did a tremendous job. I'm sure everyone in chat will agree with me there and send some hearts your way, as that was just what is needed for both you, Gwels, and from you, Strider, and of course, Fengshen and Goku that joined us in the first part of the show, as it makes me just able to talk and do my thing without having to actually think about bringing like proper content. So thank you a lot for that. And of course, our voice in the sky, Seimu. Are you still there? Still there?
Yes, I'm still there. I'm not sleeping.
Oh.
Well, maybe it's not actually. Either way, thank you so much to Samu for joining us throughout the show as the voice in the sky.
Oh wait, you can hear him too. Oh.
He hears voices in his head.
Oh my god.
At least I'm not the only one this time. Okay.
And Nasha, thank you for doing this awesome job as the moderator of the show.
A very, very wise person once says that just stick to what you can. So here I am, hosting the draw show. A good time. I hope all you beautiful people also had with us as we're closing down the draw show for the season at 10. Looking forward to the next weeks of Heroes Lounge esports on this very Twitch channel, and hope to see you all in chat. And don't forget to sign up for season 11. Sign-ups have already started. They're already open. Go to heroeslounge.gg, sign up with your friends, sign up.
Did you die?
Because this is a really great community that's open for everyone, and we're having a great time here. So I really hope that you listening right now will join us also for season 11. Sign-ups are open, closes on the 17th of November. So remember to get your sign-ups in before then. Before we leave, couple of special thanks, first and foremost, to the magical dinosaur of Sembar. He's pressing all the buttons and doing all the behind-the-scenes shit that actually makes this into just me talking and like rolling a ball to a proper draw show. Big thanks to Mr. Stockholm, Sembar, for creating all the technical stuff that's needed to put on this great show and being patient with us when we don't actually know what to do. In addition, we'd like to throw a shout out to Penelope. That's not watching right now, so we can do this quick. But thank you so much for putting everything together. She has kind of been the administrative brain for this show. She got the guests in, got the host, got all the stats gathered, and like in the end, kind of like tied all the things together, having a lot of good help, of course. So thanks a lot to you, and a little bonus thanks to Suls and Astraeus, as they have been very active upgrading heroeslounge.gg, the website we all know and love, so it's better than ever. And I hope you all enjoy the functionality of bringing up being able to update stuff that you weren't able to update before. So yeah, big thanks to them. Once again, big thanks to you that has been watching. It's much more fun than to do it for no viewers, which is the same thing that it is with my sex life. 91 viewers left. We're gonna all let you go. I hope you all have a great Sunday. Gwels, Strider, same in the sky. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to all the viewers. Thanks a lot to Sembar. Thanks a lot to Petman, the Lounge Master, for just keeping the ball rolling. Thanks to Tiny and all the other good stuff. Remember to share for Slot Sanctuary in the cup. And yeah, that was it. See you all season 11, Heroes Lounge Draw Show, hopefully. Until then, good luck and have feeds.